بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
الحمد لله الذي نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ومن يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. وقال الله تعالى: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. I have a very bad throat. I will just speak only 5 minutes, and it's already late now also. We came from the other symposium also. And I'm not going to speak about the Surah Al-Baqarah, our ayah, the scheduled, inshallah, next week. So I just read the Surah Al-NAAS, the last chapter of the Quran. And in the last chapter of the Quran, Allah teaches us to get the protection from the biggest enemy. The biggest enemy. And this enemy is of two kinds. One is a human enemy and one is the jinn enemy, the shaitan. Both are shaitan, the human shaitan and the jinn shaitan. The jinn is a creation of Allah made with fire, and the human is a creation of Allah made with dust, soil, alikabuk, with water. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Surah Al-NAAS, He started with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. And Allah said to us, Kul, which means say, or in Tagalog, sabihin mo. That Allah is teaching us to seek the protection of Allah. And the three names of Allah mentioned here is Rabb, Malik, and Ilah. Rabb is the Lord, Malik is the King, the Sovereign, and then Ilah is the God. And not only the Rabb and Malik and Ilah, but Qul a'udhu bi Rabbin Nas, Malikin Nas, Ilahin Nas. Allah is the Lord of all the creation, but the mention here is the Lord of the human. Allah is the King of all the creation, but mentioned in this surah is Allah is the King of mankind. And Allah is the God of all the creation, but the mention in this surah is Allah is the God of mankind. It's more emphasizing about the human being. And even the name of the surah is Surah Al-NAAS, which means mankind, Tao. And the man has to be aware or beware of the biggest enemy. And the biggest enemy is shaitan, a human shaitan and the jinn shaitan. I saw the joke outside the house. Sometimes the people, they write there, beware of the dog. Mag-ingat ka na aso. Mostly writing in the houses, salabas, beware of the dog. The one place I went, I saw the house by they written there, never mind the dog, beware of the owner. Wag nang, don't worry about the dog, worry about the boss, about the himayari ng bahay. Because he put the one gun there. Said, don't worry about the dog, but worry about the owner of the house, because he has a gun. So you don't need to worry about the dog or worry about the people, but you have to worry about the shaitan. Because if a killer can just kill you, or the robber can only rob you, or the swindler can swindle you, but the shaitan can misguide you, can lead you to commit shirk, and can lead you to go to hellfire in your next life forever. So the biggest enemy, the one who attacks the most important thing of us, and that's our iman. That's our iman in Allah. Because if a person is a killer, he can just kill you and then finish your life, or can get your money, can swindle you. But the biggest enemy is a shaitan, which can misguide you from the right way, can bring you to the hellfire forever in the next life. So we have to be avoid about the shaitan. And shaitan cannot do anything unless ourself, the nafs, ourself follow the shaitan. If ourself is okay, then shaitan cannot do anything. For example, when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was making khutbah, then he read this one. Oh Allah, save us from the evil of ourselves. From the evil of ourselves. So shaitan is only effective when ourself is weak. But if ourself is strong, by the will of Allah, shaitan cannot do anything. For example, a human shaitan or a jinn shaitan, they are the two effective shaitan. The jinn shaitan can tell to you, go and drink the alcohol, alak. But the human shaitan will not just tell you, let's drink. Inom na lang tayo, alak. Yung human shaitan, he can bring for you the wine. Shaitan, the jinn shaitan cannot bring a wine for you because he is a jinn. He is not like material. You cannot see him, he cannot carry the wine for you. But the human shaitan is not just whisper you to drink the alcohol, he can provide you the alcohol. O kaibigan tayo, mag-inom tayo. So he can give you the free drink. So the human shaitan is more dangerous than the jinn shaitan. The jinn shaitan is training the human to become shaitan. So if you always follow the shaitan every day, every hour, every second, every minute, then you become shaitan after that, because you are the follower of shaitan. Then shaitan can give you the diploma. You are my good student. Now I give you the recognition, graduation, you become shaitan now. You can go and misguide people now. That's happening like this. If you are following the shaitan, one day you will become shaitan. So Allah said in the last of the surah, min al-jinnati wan nas. Then whisperer, the one who is misguiding, he is from the jinn and he is from the human being. So two kind of shaitan, human shaitan and jinn shaitan. But the more dangerous is a human shaitan. But both shaitan, the human or the jinn, they cannot do anything against you if yourself is strong. If yourself can fight against the shaitan. For example, when the jinn shaitan tells you to drink and the human shaitan tells you to drink, but you say, no, I don't like to drink because ittaqullah, I fear Allah. You don't need to have anybody to watch you. Nobody watch you, but you know Allah is watching me. I will not do anything wrong. So ourself must be strong. Of course, the protection is from Allah. That's why we are asking Allah to protect us. But ourselves must be strong to fight against the devil, human devil or jinn devil, the seen devil or unseen devil. We have to avoid from the both. So we have to strong ourselves. And to making strong ourselves is to remembering Allah. Do not stop remembering Allah. For example, if you are not doing anything, then you must continue to remember Allah. So devil cannot come close to you. Neither the human or neither the jinn devil. Human devil or jinn devil cannot come close because you are remembering Allah. If they try to misguide you, you say, I fear Allah. Always remember Allah. That's the key of ourselves to protect from the shaitan. Remembering Allah, praying, clean yourself and make busy yourself. The worst people in the world are the people who are not busy. Yung mga standby. All the problems in the world, the people make, they stand by people. Nothing to do, just sitting on the road. What you doing in the road? Example, the people come to masjid, but they are sitting outside in the road, on the sidewalk, sitting in the front of the house of the people. What they are doing? If you come to masjid, you go inside the masjid, you study with ustad, you read the Quran, you make salah. If you are not doing anything, do not be stand by outside. It is very bad attitude. You have to be busy yourself. That is one of the protection from shaitan. If a person is busy, shaitan is very angry, cannot do anything because he's busy. Driving the car, business doing, anything you do yourself. Do not make yourself free. The people get diabetes because of they are free, always thinking they get diabetes. The people get disease, physical disease and spiritual disease because of not busy. Because once you're not busy, you get all kind of diseases. Make yourself busy is a protection from shaitan. Do not be free. If you don't do anything, go and play the basketball. Go and make jogging. Play football. Do not be free yourself. And if you are really free and you have nothing to do, you are just sitting down, then remember Allah. Do not make yourself do not make yourself the target of shaitan by just sitting down, nothing to do. The shaitan is you are on the hit list of the shaitan now. If you are free, the shaitan say, oh, that's my target now. That's my client now. I have to go and misguide him. But once you are busy with yourself, doing something, doing some sports, watching TV, busy yourself. Even watching TV is better than just to make yourself free. Make yourself busy all the time. And if you're not busy, then you remember Allah. La ilaha illallah, subhanallah, alhamdulillah, Allah Akbar. And think about the creation of Allah. Think about the universe, think about the planets, think about the earth, think about our creation. Think about the medicines, think about the disease. Think about so many things. Make yourself busy with something. Busy your mind, busy your heart, busy your limbs. Always busy. And if you're not busy, always remember and think about the creation of Allah. So that can increase our faith and that can save us from the shaitan. So Allah said, see, I seek refuge of the Lord of mankind, King of mankind, God of mankind, min sharril waswasil khannas, from the evil of the whisperer who withdraws, from the whispers of the shaitan who withdraws, who give you the idea then run away. For example, a friend of you comes to you and say, let's do something wrong, magnanakaw. And when you are caught by the police, your friend runs away because it's shaitan. He lets you put in the problem, now he run away. Alladhi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas, he who whispers in the chest of mankind. Chest contains the heart, in the hearts of mankind. Min al-jinnati wa nas, he is from the jinn and is from the man. So that's inshallah finished. Next week we will be on schedule on Surah Baqarah, the ayah number 70 something or before 70 inshallah. Okay. So any question or inshallah you can make dua. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. I heard reports from the documentary TV. Lots of children in America hear some voices.
Okay. For me this is illusion. It is just illusion. That they hear the voices or they talk with the souls, or this all is usually illusion. Sometimes it's really affected by the bad devils. There are some devils who attacks on you and who make you insane, and we can get the proof from the Quran. And some people they become khabt, they become crazy by the touch of shaitan. So sometimes it's just illusion only because of watching some horror movies or watching some illusion movies. But sometimes it's also that some devils are attacks on you and some devils makes you crazy, insane. So either of any of the cases.
Report from lots of psychologists.
Yeah.
The children that hear lots of voices.
Yeah, most probably because it could be the devil or it could be just illusion only because of watching some movie. For example, some people they watch something in the day too much, they do too much excessive. In the night time they are talking the same in the dream. So sometimes illusion and sometimes it's really attacked by some bad spirit, and because the people are dirty or not praying and not remembering Allah, so they can be easily become the target of shaitan. Okay. Yes.
Yes. You said about human shaitan. How about the evil spirit possessed person?
Okay, evil possessed person is because if he is a good person, he cannot be possessed by evil, for example. Because if you are good, clean, and you have a piety, and you are praying and remembering Allah, shaitan cannot attack on you because you are clean yourself. You are not committing shirk, you are not worshipping idols. So if you are a good person, there is no possibility that you will become insane by the shaitan. But if the person insane by the shaitan, we will not judge him. Rather, we try to cure him by reading the Quran. For example, if you want to test if the person is really possessed by the shaitan, if you want to test only, the one of the test is you go to that person and you just read the Quran, and this person will start into violent because devil is angry. The devil will tell him to do something because devil is hurting with the Quran. Because once you read the Quran, the devil hurts. So if you want to check this, the person is just a psychological problem, or if he's really a spiritual problem, then you can go to that person close and read the Quran with a high sound. If the person is reacting right away because of listening the Quran, then he is possessed. And the devil is angry now. He wants him to attack on you so you can stop reading Quran. Because devil is hurting with the Quran or remembering Allah. But if you read the Quran and then he has no reaction, he is tahimic, then that person has a psychological problem. Or maybe he has some devil is possessed by a very mild attack of the devil, which cannot let him to react. But sometimes the person is possessed with so many devils, and those devils will react, will counterattack on you by him. So he become violent and he's trying to do something. But if you keep on reading the Quran, the devil will out from them.
Because there's reported lots of times reported in the TV and the newspaper about students were possessed. Lots of students are.
You are possessed, no?
No.
Okay, sure, alhamdulillah.
No, I just heard a report of.
Okay.
Yeah, and what do you say? The students were possessed.
Okay, the good thing is, like example, because nowadays people are very busy, it's not possible for a person to treat with by other person. For example, your relatives. The good advice here, because of the modern technology, if you think that somebody is really possessed, what you do now, you get the tape, the cassette, the CD player, you put the CD of the Quran and play the Quran with that person. If this person will continuously listen the Quran, inshallah will be cured, because Quran is a cure. And it will be only cured by listening or by reading. Okay? Okay, maybe last question only.
Okay. You said about the Moricos. They kicked out from Spain.
The Moricos are from Morocco.
Yes. They're Catholic outside, but their heart is Muslim. Well, it's okay, it's a dual belief. Because I saw in the documentary, their house is outside the Catholic, inside the house is Muslim.
Okay, I don't know if you have to put some sign or something, but you don't need to show yourself Catholic for sure. But if you are allowed to hide your iman, it's allowed. We can get the example in the Quran. The man, a believer, Allah said in the Quran, in the palace of the Fir'aun, and he was hiding his iman. We can read in the Quran, a man who was hiding his iman because he was among the disbelievers. Once he say I'm a believer, he should be killed right away. But he was not showing himself a disbeliever. He just hide his iman in his heart. So there are so many people, they do this because of their problems, because of they might be retaliated, or they might be attacked, or they might have a trouble, they might be killed also. So it's permissible in Islam to hidden your iman. But it's not permissible that you show yourself a disbeliever, you show yourself Catholic, or you show yourself idol worshipper. No, that's not allowed. But as long as You are not hiding, you are not telling that you are Muslim and internally you are Muslim because of a protection, then there is a permit in Islam. But if you can expose it, then good. For example, when Nabi Muhammad SAW, when he started to preach in Makkah, the Muslims were hidden. They were praying hidingly, they were not exposing their iman. But when Umar radiallahu anhu, when he became Muslim, he makes shahada to Nabi Muhammad SAW, then they go out. Because Umar was a strong man and he belongs to a strong tribe, and then they started to expose their Islam after that. So we have so many examples for this. In a condition that you might have a problem, so you can hide your iman, your faith for meanwhile, it's okay. But you show yourself a disbeliever, that's not okay. Okay?
Because of, they're living in between the Spanish kingdom. So they're outside, they feel so Catholic, but they hiding themselves in their underground that they're Muslim. Because they're very strong persecution about the Spanish.
Yeah, but for me, what I understand, I cannot show myself a disbeliever. I can hide. We can hide our iman, but we cannot show ourselves idol worship. For example, I'm a Muslim, then I go and worship the idols just to show off to save my life. Then better no need for this life. Better you should be died. Because we have another thing is that you run away. Go away from this community. Like example, the people of cave in the Quran, when they were about to be prosecuted, they run away to the cave and they hide themselves in the cave. So it's not all the time that you just give up, but you always ask Allah to protect you and then fight and then do something to save your iman, to struggle it. Because example, you said I'm a Muslim and a believer, but I want to save my life, so I will worship the idol. Subhanallah. Is he Muslim? I don't think so. He's Muslim. He worship idol. He don't believe Allah is the one who take the life. Allah is the one who give the life. Allah is the one who give the death. So it's not all the time that you just compromise and then do the committing shirk. No, you have to hide your iman, but you cannot commit act of shirk to save your life. Because example, even if you are doing the act of shirk, you are not sure they might not kill you, they can still kill you. But in that case, you will be killed while committing a shirk. So where you will go? So it's better you be killed while not committing the shirk.
So this Morika's committed a kafir.
Okay, Brother Alim is a very good question, even though that is last question, but I should answer that question because it's related to my topic, Kanina. Why Allah allows shaitan to misguide people? It's a very good question. First time in my life. It's a very technical question. It's a good question. Why Allah allow shaitan to misguide? And Allah answered in the Quran, الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. He who created the life and death to test you. So if there is no shaitan, how you get the test? No testing. If there is no shaitan, everybody do the good. So where is the test now? Walak's the book. If there is no shaitan, nobody do the evil. If nobody do the evil, there is no test. So Allah sent us here for the test. And Allah allow shaitan to misguide us. Means he can try to misguide, but by the will of Allah. Because Allah want to save you from the shaitan, shaitan cannot misguide you. As Allah, according to the Quran, that whoever Allah guide, nobody can misguide him. And whoever Allah misguide, nobody can guide him. And Allah is only misguiding those, وَمَا يُضِلُّ بِهِ إِلَّا الْفَاسِقُونَ. And Allah only misguide those who are disobedient to Allah. So those who are not following the commands of Allah, Allah will not save them from shaitan. But those who are the slaves of Allah and they follow the commands of Allah, shaitan cannot do anything. That's what Allah said to shaitan. إِلَّا ibadullah al-mukhlisun. Allah said, those, except those who are my sincere slave, you cannot do anything to them. So Allah will only permit to be misguided the bad people. The good people will never be misguided. Because Allah loves you. Because you obey Him. For example, if the father has a sons and the some of his sons are disobeying him, the father don't like them. But those sons who obey the father likes them because they obey him. So Allah is our God and we are His slaves. Siyang Diyos, tayo alipin. If you follow His command, then He will give us a protection. But if He will not follow His command, He will not protect us. So it's shaitan is only can misguide us by the will of Allah. if we are not following the commands of Allah. But if we follow the commands of Allah, shaitan can do nothing to us. So that's the end of the program now, inshallah. The shahada was finished. Already took shahada. Tapos na? They finished already? Okay, inshallah. Okay, inshallah. So, may Allah guide us. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار آمين. Our Lord, give us good in this world and good in the hereafter. Save us from hellfire and enter to us in Jannatul Firdaus in paradise. Ameen. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين.